and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's story time. Before we get into it, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and turn on your post bell notifications. And if you want to send me a confession, just know that the email to send it to is always going to be in the description box. So y'all, let's get into it. I'm probably gonna title this something crazy, but if you watched my last story time, which if you have not, go watch it, please and thanks. I mentioned briefly at the end of that where I was saying like, oh, I haven't like really been into no for real fights that like I really count. And then I had mentioned briefly about me and my homegirl jumping the girl that we found in her guy bed. That's what we're gonna be talking about today. So for the sake of this video, we are gonna name my homegirl Alyssa. We are gonna name her boyfriend Bum. We're gonna name the girl that he was in bed with Tori. And I think in the story time, like way in the beginning, like a long time ago, if you've been rocking with me for that long, it's the story time where I told you my ex NBA player, where did my dog come from? My ex NBA player boyfriend was trying to, you know, like trap me, like get me pregnant or whatever. I think I named him Xavier. I think if that's not his name, that's what his name gonna be in this story, but that's what I'm talking about. I know I used that name before, but I'm not sure like for what story. But anyway, so yes, so we got Alyssa, Tori, Bum, and Xavier and Lo. Okay, so let's get into it. So me and Alyssa, y'all, we still friends to this day. I told her I was gonna tell this story. We was cracking up. Like, this is the most insane night. So anyway, so me and Alyssa been friends like since we was like in elementary school. Like, we grew up together. So we went to elementary school together, and then she moved away briefly in middle school, which this don't matter, but I'm just telling y'all like our history. She moved away in middle school, and then she came back to our town for high school or whatever. So me and Alyssa been cool. I wouldn't like necessarily say we was like best friends, but that's like my real good homegirl. Like, she always down to have a good time. Like, I could talk to her about anything, but she was like one of those people where like, you know, not to, and this is like no shade, like, you know, not to like mix friend groups together. Like, if you watch my Bachelorette Miami trip, you know I don't have good experience with mixing different friend groups together. And like, you got certain friends for certain things. Like, we just like, we didn't talk every day or nothing like that, but I know if I ever like for real needed her, I could call her and she would be there type shit. So we was cool, we was good, we used to hang out, we used to kick it. And I remember one day we was at my house and I was on the phone with Xavier. We was just talking on FaceTime, and it was kind of like one of those things where she was like, ask him, do he got like any friends for me, blah, blah, blah. So the weird thing about Xavier, y'all, if y'all know who this man really is, it's so funny. He was a really, like, he is, obviously, because he's in the league. Well, he don't play, but whatever. He was at the time like very good at basketball. Like, he took it very serious, like enough to, you know, like he had a real popular name where I'm from. So it's weird because like he, like the group of friends he used to have, it was just like a very like weird cohesive group. Like, it was like a whole bunch of people from different social circles all together. So it'd be like him and then another guy who was really good at basketball. It was like a couple like gangbangers, like a nerdy guy. Like, it was just a very weird mix of guys, but like they was bros, they grew up together, they loved each other, all of that, whatever. So I say all this to say, Xavier was not like a gangbanger or nothing, but he did hang around those type of people. Okay, Bum was a hood guy. Okay, like, he was a hood nigga. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I'm on the phone with him, and Alyssa like asked him like, do he got any homeboys? Like, put me on. So I asked him, he like, yeah, my homie Bum over here right now. Like, put her on the camera. So I let them like, you know, like talk to each other briefly, and she gave him her number on the FaceTime, and then he FaceTimed her phone. So I'm like, girl, get out. Like, I don't want to hear that conversation, whatever. So she go downstairs, she's talking to him, me and Xavier talking. So long story short, they end up talking. Far as I'm concerned, everything going good. We hung out like as a group, like together, like me, Xavier, Alyssa, and Bum, like all together. Like, everything was cool. Like, they had good chemistry. Like, she was telling me like she really liked him, all of this stuff. Like, from what I understood, everything was going great. Like, they didn't have no issues. There wasn't no red flags. Like, they was just vibing. And Alyssa was not like how Mercedes is, where she like fall in love in 2 business seconds, or like a nigga show her like a smidgen of attention and she just think that's her guy. Like Alyssa, which this is why this whole thing is so funny to me, because Alyssa was a player like me. Like for a guy to have her nose wide open like this to where we doing what we was doing this night, I was very, very shocked. Like he really had to like be stepping, because Alyssa was the type to where like if a guy started acting weird, no, like you're cut, you're dubbed, like all of that, like you're done, you're done. So I was just very confused as to, which I mean, like you could have feelings for somebody and change and all of that, but just know Alyssa used to be a player. She still is, honestly, to this day, but she was a player. So for us to be moving how we was moving this night, just know Bum had to be doing something. But anyway, so whatever. Fast forward like a few weeks, nothing happens. Like we still hanging out, we still kicking it or whatever. And now at this point, cause so at first they was just talking or whatever. They was just talking, and y'all know how I always tell y'all there's a difference between like talking and dating and actually like being with somebody like in a relationship. Like some people confuse the two. Like you think dating is being with somebody. Dating to me is you dating multiple people until y'all come to a mutual agreement that you're only exclusively dating each other, or like y'all committed, or like when I used to date, I used to date. And just because you date, again, don't mean that you having relations with all of these people. Whatever. I don't gotta keep telling y'all that. But if you are, that's your business. We grown, whatever. So anyway, so they was talking, and then like a couple months later, like a few weeks later, she told me that they was like boyfriend and girlfriend, like they was official, whatever. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Like we homegirls and we dating guys who are close, like they brothers or whatever. Like that's so cute. Like we could always like, you know, like go on double dates, like blah, blah, blah. So fast forward, nothing's happening. Me and Xavier, we good at this point. He ain't been doing no stupid shit at this point in our relationship. We fine, they fine, everything fine, right? So one night, I remember I was at my house with Mercedes, and I forgot what we was about to do, but it was like going into like the nighttime. So Alyssa called me, and normally like we wasn't the type to like blow each other phone down. Like if I miss her call, I would like call her back whenever I got a chance, or like text her, or vice versa. Like she was never the type to like blow me down. So like she called me, and I missed the first call, and then she called me right back, and she texted. So I'm like, oh shit, like something might be going on, so let me hurry up and answer the phone. So I answered when she called the second time, and she was like, Lauren. I'm like, what happened? Like, what? So she was like, me and Bum got into an argument last night, and he hasn't been answering his phone. Like, I've been texting him trying to find out where he was at, and he hasn't been saying nothing. He's ignoring me. So I'm like, what happened? Oh, y'all, hold on. I'm moving too fast. Let me introduce Tori into the picture. So Tori was a girl who was just like somehow always around the group of guys, and she was never around when me and Xavier started like being together. Like I don't know where this girl came from, so I don't know, like I just always got like a weird vibe from her. Like she was just weird, but she would always like refer to all of the guys like as her bros. So I'm just like, okay, maybe she like dates somebody like within this friend group, like whatever. But like I don't know, I just got weird vibes from her, and y'all know when the vibes be vibing, I be right. So one day I asked Xavier, like, who the fuck is this girl? Like, where'd she come from? Like, she talked to one of y'all. So basically how he explained it to me, which is why it's important to know he hung out with a whole bunch of different kinds of people. So basically how he explained it to me was because of who her older brother was, and he was like allegedly like this well-respected guy in their hood, and that's his little sister, they had to put up with her just off the strength of having respect for him. Like she just had to, like it's like the annoying little sibling that you got to take with you whenever your mama say, like, oh, if you want to go hang out with your friends, you got to take your little brother or your little sister. It was like that, right? But he was like, so I'm like, so like, what's her deal? Like, do she talk to any of y'all? Like, what? Not you, Xavier, not you. But do she talk to any, like, I'm confused. So he was like, no, she's like passed around, see, like, no, she like community, like, nah, like don't nobody take her serious, like don't nobody want her, blah blah blah, she just be around, she just always want to be around, blah blah blah, right? So I say all that to say it was not out of the ordinary for Tori to be around these guys, because she always around them. We have already discussed that. We think it's weird, but whatever. As long as you don't try me on no shit, Tori, I don't give a damn what you do, girl. So, okay, back to the phone call with Alyssa. So she like, he wasn't answering his phone all last night. I don't know what happened. I don't know where he was at. And then I just got on Instagram like a couple minutes ago and I looked at his page, and you gotta go look at his page and look at Tori's page. So I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? So I'm the age where when Instagram first came out, you had to make a whole bunch of posts on your page, like actual posts on your page to update like what you was doing. So like I used to make like 5 to 10 posts a day. I'm not even gonna hold you, because we didn't have like stories or nothing back then. Like all we had was pictures, and if you wanted to talk to people, like communicate with them, you used to have to talk to them in the comments. That's how old I am. I don't know. But okay, so I went to Bum page, and I seen that last night he made a post. He was in a car, like it was like he was like in the driver's seat of a car. Steering wheel was in the background, and he had like a Black and Mild or something. Yeah, I think it was a Black and Mild. Like he was just, you know, like in the car smoking or whatever. So I'm like, okay. So then I go to Bum's page. She's in this same car, because you could clearly tell it's the same like background stuff, like you could tell. But the only thing that was like red flaggy to me, she was in the passenger seat of this car. She had like her legs up in the car, like I don't know how to explain, like one of her legs was like folded in the car, like on the seat. And Bum's hand, and I know this is Bum's hand because he had like half of a sleeve, like he was starting his sleeve, but he only had like half done, which I don't know people who start their half sleeve from bottom to top. Like I started my sleeve from top to bottom, but whatever. Long story short, he had very distinctive tattoos. Like nobody else had these tattoos that he had, like literally nobody. So we clearly know that it's you. He had his hand in between Bum's thighs, like gripping on like her left thigh. So naturally, me being the homegirl that I am, and y'all, I'm not proud of this, and it is what it is. I live in my truth. I don't give a damn. I used to do pull-ups and drive-bys. I sure did. While I was in high school, I sure did. Yeah, I did. So naturally, me being who I am, I said, so we about to pull up on this nigga, right? Like we about to pull up on his house. So she like, yeah, come get me. So like I said, I don't mix friends, but Mercedes is at my house, so she clearly hear everything that's going on. So I'm like, I gotta take you home. I gotta go handle this. I gotta go be there for my homegirl. She like, go do your thing. Tell me what happened. Blah blah blah. So I end up dropping Mercedes off. I go get Alyssa, and we doing the dash, cause y'all already know what I'm finna say. The niggas don't live in the same town as us. So we doing the dash to the next city over, like a couple cities over. And we pull up to this neighborhood. And if you are from South Carolina, if you live in Columbia, if you from Columbia, whatever, because I know I got plenty of people who follow me from back home, but we pulled up into one of the more common neighborhoods in Columbia. How can I put it? Like, one of the more common subdivisions that everybody, like you know somebody who live in the blank. I don't want to give too much, but we pulled up there. So if you know what I'm trying to say, you know. If you know, you know. But so anyways, but basically what I'm trying to say is, if you know what I'm talking about, the subdivision I'm talking about, the neighborhoods I'm talking about, you know that these are nice neighborhoods. Like police live in these neighborhoods. Like they got 911 on speed dial. They coming in like 2.5 seconds. Like we can't do too much. Okay, you get where I'm going? Okay, so we pulled up, and his parents were not home, which is very good that his parents was not home this night. So we pulled up in front of his house, and we trying to like come up with like a game strategy. Like we can't like egg this nigga car, like key his car, like throw rocks at his window, like nothing, because they're gonna call 12. Like, it's a police officer that probably live like 3 houses down. We can't do that, so we have to move smart. So we just thinking, we talking. So she like, oh my gosh, I remember that every time I come over here, he tell me to come to the back door, because the back door is always unlocked because his room is closest to the kitchen. So I'm like, bet, even better. Like, let's go. So we get out the car and I don't know how to explain this. We running fast but quiet. Because, like, we don't want to, like, run into, like, bushes and step on leaves and shit. You know, like, make too much noise to where, like, we can alert. Because I'm trying to catch whatever is going on in the act. Like, and keep in mind, y'all, I don't know if I said this, but when Alyssa saw these posts and, like, I went to go look on the Instagram page, this was from the night before. So we are at the next night. Like, this is, like, a whole almost 24 hours later, okay? So we running fast, and you know, like, when your adrenaline is built up, like your adrenaline is so high, you're not thinking logically, like you're not thinking about your next move, like you just going with the motions, you just doing stuff to do it. So we run up to this nigga back door, jiggle the handle, lo and behold, the door is unlocked. Now, y'all, like I always tell y'all, I drag these situations out just for the sake of the story. But just know all of this was happening so fast, okay? So we run in the house. We run through the door. We ran through that man back door like we was finna rob the family, okay? I'm running behind her. And, okay, hold on. I'm gonna keep going, hold on. So we running, I'm running behind her, and she busts through his door, and lo and behold, what do we see? Bum in the bed with, what I named her, Tori, and Tori didn't have no bra on, just her panties. So y'all, either they was finna start hunching, or they just got done hunching. Either way, something happened. And either way, this is not your girlfriend. And either way, you're not supposed to be in the bed with nobody else but your girlfriend, right? So let me pause right there. Let me explain how these girls look so I could tell y'all how I felt justified in getting involved. They weren't like short by any means. I had like a few inches on them. Like Alyssa was probably like, I don't know, like 5'6", 5'7", but she was very petite. Like I wasn't big either, but she was like very skinny, like 95 pounds, like very skinny. Tori, on the other hand, she wasn't little, like she wasn't very short, but Tori was thick, baby. Like Tori was solid. Like Tori had all the right weight in the right places. Okay, baby, like I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Tori had it going on. I ain't even gonna hold you, but Tori had probably about like 50, 60 pounds on Alyssa. So in my opinion, it's not fair. Like it's not a fair fight. But again, like to me, it's no rules in fighting. Like you do what you gotta do. And I know somebody's gonna say like, oh y'all jumped like blah blah blah, but like to me, there's no rules in fighting. Like if you have the rule book to fighting, please go ahead and link that down below, copy and paste down below. I would really like to see the rules of fighting, because I'm under the impression that there's no rules to fighting at all. Like you do what you gotta do, and that's just that. So I just wanted to paint that picture for y'all. Tori had a good at least 50 pounds on Alyssa. She was stacked. She was solid, and Alyssa was petite. Okay, so now let me paint the picture on how the bedroom was. So when we standing there in the doorway and we seeing what we seeing, his bed is probably a good like 3-4 feet away from the door frame. Okay, that may not seem like a lot, but y'all, like that's like you gotta walk 3 or 4 feet to get to like the bottom of the bed, because his bed was like facing the door or whatever. So I don't know if Alyssa just like summoned her inner like leapfrog or like what happened, but when I tell you this girl jumped from the door frame, like literally jumped from the door frame to the bed, and like went in for a punch and landed on the pillow. Alyssa missed like hell. Okay, she missed like fuck. She did. But like I like what you was trying to do. Like I seen the vision, friend. Like I seen what you was trying to do, and like okay, like you just need to like get it together real quick, cause hold on. So she jumped from the door to the bed and like went in for a punch and missed. Okay, landed straight on the pillow. So at this point, now Alyssa and Tori is like tussling in the covers. So Tori was under the covers. Alyssa came, whoop, missed, and now Tori trying to get from under the covers and Alyssa trying to get from under the covers, and they tussling, and somehow, some way, Tori was able to get Alyssa tangled up in the covers and got on top of her. Now, to me, just from personal experience, from what I've seen, if you go down in a fight, well, not personal experience, because ain't nobody ever did me like that, but from what I've seen, Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe you've seen a different fight. Maybe this is possible, but from what I've seen, if you fighting and somebody gets you on the ground or they somehow get on top of you, it's over with. It's over with. Like, once they get that advantage over you, I've never seen nobody come up out of that and still been able to like defend themselves or win or nothing. So now I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna have to swing on this girl, because like I said, she's bigger than Alyssa. And like, I know I just said it's no rules to fighting, but I'm not gonna, like, I didn't go into this thinking I'm finna jump this girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not my beef. I'm just more here for like moral support. Like, this is not my drama. But also, on the other hand, who is just gonna stand there and let their best friend, I mean, not best friend, let their homegirl get beat up in front of them? I'm not finna do that. So I'm not going into it thinking I gotta like get involved, but if I have to, I of course will. So Tori got on top of Alyssa, y'all, and she was boo, 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 boo. After like the fourth like hit, and y'all, she was connecting because I heard that shit. After like the fourth boop on the side of her head, y'all, I ran up and I must have wrapped my head, because she had like a sew-in, like a very long, crunchy ass, old, stale sew-in. Nonetheless, it was still a sew-in. I must have wrapped my hand around this girl weave about 2 times. And I don't know where all of this strength came from, but y'all, I yanked and I yanked down. And she came flying off the bed, okay? So I twisted, I yanked, and then I just started tagging her ass, tagging her ass, tagging her ass. Like, I hit her like 3 times. Like, I hit her 3 times. And I know my shit was connecting. Like, I think even one time, like, my fist like landed on her eyeball. I know the side of her temple was definitely fucked up though. So like, I'm like, boop, boop, boop. And now at this point, Alyssa has jumped off the bed again. This bitch being a frog again. She jumped off the bed, and now we both tagging her ass. So we're jumping her at this point. Alyssa punching, kicking, all of that. So this probably lasted, y'all, not that long. But when you fighting, not that long do seem like a long time. So I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't know like how long, like a few seconds. And now all of a sudden, because Bum just standing there the whole time, he not saying nothing. When Alyssa jumped on the bed, when Tori was tagging her, like, he wasn't saying nothing. Now when we like both getting her at the same time, now he like, whoa, 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 y'all stop, y'all stop. So he grabbed Tori. He didn't grab Alyssa. He didn't touch me, because you better not. He grabbed Tori and he got her like bear hug. Like, you know how like when a nigga like got you like pent up and like your arms is just like doing like this. Like, he got her like this. So she popping her shit like, y'all bitches couldn't see me one-on-one. Y'all had to jump, da-da-da. And like I said, this is not my beef, okay? This don't got nothing to do with me. I'm just here for my homegirl, so I'm not arguing back. Like, I tagged your ass. Like, it is what it is. Alyssa got her hits in. So I'm like, come on, let's go. I'm not talking shit. Alyssa talking shit on her way out. And to me, y'all, I don't know if this is just me or if everybody think like this or what. Well, everybody can't think like this, because to me, if like we arguing and then we fight, after we fight, I'm done. It's no more beef. It's no more pressure. It's no more smoke. It's no more static. It's no more nothing. Like, I'm not going to fight you and then still be talking shit after we already fought. Like, win, lose, or draw, we leaving all the issues right here where we just fought at. Like, I'm not gonna keep dragging it. And that's the difference between like males and females, in my opinion. Like, guys know how to just like fade, and then it is what it is. Like, girls want to fight and then argue some more and then start to beef back up and then fight again, and then next thing you know, you've been beefing with a bitch from 6th grade and now you're 37 years old. Like, I don't understand what the thing is with that. But me, like, if we fight, if we argue, anything like that, especially if it's like an argument so heated to where I feel like we gotta put hands on each other, if we fight, it's over with. I'm not like, it's dead. Like, I literally just fought you. Like, we don't got nothing else to talk about. I'm not beefing with you, not nothing. Like, it's over with. Alyssa was not that type of girl at all. So Alyssa was the type to just always run to social media about everything, y'all. Literally about everything. So when we running up out of the house, running to the car, did the dash, going out of the damn subdivision, she's on Facebook popping her shit. Like, we just beat this girl ass. And oh, y'all, I forgot to say, because the girl weave was so bad and old and crunchy, it was shedding so much. So I still had like weave in my hands. Alyssa had hair underneath her shoe. Like some of the girl weave like underneath her shoe. Like the girl hair was just all over the room. Her titties was all over the room. Hair was all over the room. One titty was over here on the floor where she was getting beat up. One titty was still on the bed. It's hair everywhere. Like I don't know what kind of hair that girl had in her hair, but she don't need to get that no more because it was shedding really, really bad, and good hair not supposed to do that. But anyways, Alyssa then damn took a picture of her shoe with the girl track like still stuck to the bottom of her shoe. And it just built from there, y'all. Like, she was just talking hella shit. Like, we just beat this bitch ass. Like, that's what you get for messing with my man. Blah, 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 blah. So, we go back to Alyssa's house because I can't go back to my house all. I'm not like turned up, but I more so just want to make sure she calmed down and make sure like she settled before I like go back home. So we go back to her house. She's still hype or whatever. And y'all, while we on the way back to Alyssa's house, Xavier called me. I guess Bum done called him and said like, your girl done ran up in my house with my shorty and did da 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 da, and they rearranged the furniture and blah blah blah. So Xavier, I ain't even gonna lie, he cussed my ass the fuck out. He really did, and rightfully so, because I should not have. Well, I mean, like, if my friend need me, then I'm gonna be there for my friend, but that was not my beat. Like, that was not my place. That was not my issue. Like, this don't got nothing to do with me, but whatever. I don't give no fucks, so I don't care. So he cussing me out, and he like, oh, I know you crazy. Like, I know you crazy now. Like, what you gonna do? Pull up to my house next? What you gonna do? Pop up on me next? Like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, please don't threaten me with a good time because I just might. Do I need to? You got a bitch in your bed with no bra? Just her panties? What? He ain't, like, y'all, he ain't never tried me on that type of time. He did cheat. I ain't gonna lie. He did cheat, but it wasn't like, at least I never caught him in no shit like that. But that's not what we talking about. So, whatever. I go back to Alyssa's house. She's still hot. She's still talking, y'all. Bum is blowing her phone down. So, she finally answered, and she like, what? What do you want? What? So, he like, why would y'all come up over here and do that? Like, why would y'all come and jump this girl? Why would y'all come and put hands on this girl? And now she went to go get her people. And Alyssa was like, tell her to go get her people then. Tell her to go get her people then. I don't give a fuck. Tell her to go get her people. And I'm like, wait a minute. Tell who to go get who? Tell who people to go get who people? Because, Alyssa, I'm not trying to be out here in a big-ass street brawl because of a nigga who is not even mine. I'm not trying to be out here fighting and this don't got nothing to do with me. Like, I understand we just, like, two-piece this bitch real quick, but we was supposed to leave it at the nigga house. We was not supposed to keep going on. So she like, tell her to bring whoever. Tell her I'm with whatever. So I'm just sitting there like, fuck. Because, y'all, Alyssa had sisters, but Alyssa's sisters was scary. Her sisters was not going for none of that. So, that night, nothing else happened, okay? Eventually, Tori did get a hold of Alyssa on social media. They're going back and forth. And, y'all, they met up to fight again. And this time, I brought my homegirls with me because, like I said, Alyssa's sisters was scary. They was not going for none of that shit. And I didn't know who Tori was going to have with her. I didn't know she was going to bring her people, which she did. But I'm just like, Alyssa, okay, this time, it ain't going to be, like, no jumping for real. Like, you just got to, like, get your ones, like, a fair one for real. Because, like, we not doing this. Like, of course, if her people jump in, of course, we got your back. But, like, nah, we not finna, like, keep doing this. Like, we not going to jump this girl. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, when they ran the fade again, Alyssa stuck with Tori for the first few seconds of the fight. I ain't even gonna hold you. She did. She really did. My friend tried her best. She did. She was ducking and weaving. She got a few taps in. And then Tori got the best of her. She did. Tori definitely got the best of her. And I didn't let it get too bad. Again, this time I did not let it get too bad. We broke it up. Not just us. Like, not just me and my homegirls, but her people did too. Broke it up. And I'm just like, okay, we done. It's over with. We leaving it right here, y'all. We met back up in the same subdivision. Y'all know they got them parks in this neighborhood. Like, it's multiple different parks. We met up at one of those parks. And I'm just like, y'all got to leave it right here on the playground. Like, we not doing none of this. It ain't no more beef. It ain't no more smoke. No nothing. Like, y'all leave that shit right here. Because it's really no need for Alyssa to still be fighting this girl. Because, y'all, she stayed with Bum. She stayed with bum, and that's none of my business, friend. You do what you want to do. Me personally, I would have beat that nigga ass and just been done with him. But if you want to stay with him and you want to live your best life, you go ahead and you do that. We not fighting no more hussies behind this man, though. I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm not doing it. You not doing it. We not doing it. I don't want to hear it. So if you choose to stay with him, cool. We're not fighting no more. So that was just that. Yeah, they fought. We jumped her. They fought again. Tori won. Tori got the best of her. And that was just that. I ended up breaking up with Xavier a little bit after that. Alyssa stopped talking to Bum a little bit after me and Xavier broke up. And yeah, when I was talking to Alyssa about this story, I was telling her I was going to tell it the other day. She swear up and down she know how to fight now, y'all. I don't know, but she said that just like struck something in her, and she never wanted to get her ass beat in front of anybody ever again. So she like made it her business to know how to like beat a bitch ass in the streets. That's what her words, not mine. So allegedly Alyssa know how to fight now. I don't know. I don't know. I don't never want to see my friend get into a fight ever again. So I will never find out. But that's what she wanted me to tell y'all. So if you ever see Alyssa on the street, I don't know what to, I don't know. You might want to test that theory. But yeah, y'all, that was crazy. Like, we really like jumped this girl, like, and I really didn't give no fucks. Like, I didn't care, because bitch, you shouldn't be messing with somebody's boyfriend anyway, ho. So yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I really love and appreciate you. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe. I really hope that you have subscribed already. If you haven't, what are we doing? Go ahead and do that right now. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Turn on your post bell notifications. Send me your confessions to the email in my description box. And I'm going to see y'all tomorrow for episode, what are we on now? 3? Episode 3 of Confessions with Lo.